We are going to learn about emphatic pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are parts of speech and they are the words that replace nouns. If we've got a sentence, Dave is an excellent singer. If you would like to say another sentence to add some more information with another sentence, then you can proceed by replacing Dave with he. You would say, he is also a very good student. In this particular sentence, he is acting as the pronoun and we do not want to repeat the name Dave again. What are reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns are those pronouns that usually refer back to the subject, which is usually a noun. These are some of the reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself or herself or itself, ourselves, themselves. So these are the reflexive pronouns. Now let us take a look at some of the examples of the sentences. Reflexive pronouns are usually the object of the verb. She always exercised herself every day. So in this sentence, can you spot the verb? Yes, it is exercised and we have herself, which is the reflexive pronoun that comes immediately after the verb. So you can say that herself is referring back to the noun she and it is also acting as the object of the verb, which is exercised. So this sentence has got a reflexive pronoun. We managed ourselves without power. The system recovered itself from damage. So in these two sentences, can you spot the verbs? In the first sentence, we have got managed and in the second sentence, we have got recovered. And we find that these two verbs take objects, which are the reflexive pronouns. So in the first sentence, it is we managed ourselves. So ourselves is going to be the reflexive pronoun. And in the next sentence, we find that recovered itself. Itself is another reflexive pronoun. Today's topic is about emphatic pronouns, and as the name suggests, what do you mean by emphatic? Emphatic means to emphasize. It emphasizes the pronoun or the noun in the sentence. Let's take a look at some of the examples of the sentences. They themselves decorated the tree. We will paint the house ourselves. These three sentences, what can you say? Do you see a pattern that is being formed? Okay, let's take a look at the first sentence. We've got the pronoun themselves and then we've got the verb, which is decorated, and the tree comes towards the end, which is the object. So we find that here, if you notice, we do not have the pronoun to be the object of the verb because the verb comes after the pronoun. And the object here is the tree. So what is happening in the sentence is that themselves is the pronoun that is giving more emphasis on the subject, which is they. Since it is giving more emphasis to the subject, we call it an emphatic pronoun. We will paint the house ourselves. So here again, you find that we will paint. Paint is the verb. The house is the noun and ourselves is the pronoun. The pronoun refers to the subject itself, which is we. And if you notice, it comes before the noun house. So this is an emphatic pronoun. The last sentence, I will find a solution myself. So over here, if you have noticed, myself is the pronoun that comes towards the end of the sentence, and before that we have got a noun solution. So we find that myself is the word, is the pronoun that refers back to the subject, which is I, and over here, since it's emphasizing the subject, we can call it an emphatic pronoun. So in these three sentences, if you have noticed, there's a pattern that is being followed. you can see that in all these three sentences, we have the pronoun which is followed by a noun, or it is followed by a pronoun which may be the subject of the sentence. In either case, whether it is followed by a pronoun or a noun, you can say that such kind of pronouns are referred to as emphatic pronouns. If you remove the emphatic pronouns from these sentences will still make complete sense. If I remove the pronoun which is themselves from the first sentence, the sentence would still remain meaningful. It would be, they decorated the house. So over here, the emphatic pronoun themselves is not actually necessary, but we just write it to give more clarity to the sentence. Even without the pronoun, the sentence still makes complete sense. So that is the difference between the reflexive pronoun and the emphatic pronoun. Now you know whether a pronoun is reflexive or emphatic in nature. So that's it for today. See you in my next session.